everybody. Lori here from Unique in the Creek. How is everybody today? Welcome to my Facebook page, and if you happen to be watching me on YouTube, thank you for following me on both. Thank you. Tonight I'm going to be putting together, as you guys, lots of you know, we came out with over 1,000 kits today. Different variety of kits. A lot of them, obviously, more Christmas and winter than anything. But 'tis the season, right? So tonight I'm putting together the whimsical Christmas tree. I'm pretty much doing all the Christmas trees the exact same way, with the exact same petal. However, all the stuff you get in the kit, you can do your Christmas tree however you want. If you go under the triangle category on our YouTube channel, you will see that I have made many varieties of Christmas trees using different petal folds. Hello, everybody. If you see a fold, so if you go into the category under triangle and you see a Christmas tree that you like much better than the fold I'm going to do tonight, then you can do that fold with your Christmas tree as well. Okay, you do not have to do it like I'm doing it. And what you get is you get the Unique in the Creek triangle board, okay? You get two rolls of this awesome green, I'm gonna zoom this in, this awesome lime green mesh with a tinsel border. So it's very sparkly on the ends, okay? So you can see the tinsel in there. It's a really fun mesh, and I thought it was perfect for this kit. So you do get two rolls, okay? You get this awesome sign, of course, you know, it's the mean one. You get a whole roll of this ribbon, okay? Hello, everybody. And of course, the ribbon matches the sign. You also get, and just this one, because it is whimsical and fun and we want it to be like in the land of Cindy Lou Who, right? In the land of Cindy Lou Who. This I put in the kit. It's a ball and glitter spray with greens and golds and reds. We are going to put that at the top of our tree. It's going to be really easy. And then we're going to add a bow to the base of our of the top of our tree. So this is going to be like a big spray out of your tree with a nice bow coming down and this gorgeous sign and fun mesh. You also get a kid's easy bow maker. So the kids bow maker does have a booklet inside on how you can make all kinds of hair bows and everything. I love this little bow maker. So anything that has a bow in it, like all our Christmas tree kits, do come with this bow maker. Okay, their actual price, retail price is $9.99. So just $10 already just for the bow maker. You also get 100 zip ties. You do get your wire cutter, wire nippers. I use these to cut our zip ties. We don't want to be using our ribbon scissors. We want to keep those ribbon scissors sharp. And you also get 2 clothespins, okay? So you get 2 rolls of this gorgeous lime tinsel. So the tree looks like it has tinsel on it. You get this spray, you get this awesome sign, you get the Unique in the Creek board, full roll of ribbon, your bow maker, and all your tools, okay? Awesome. Now, I'm going to show you how we're going to put this together. And I do have one already pre-done, so we're not going to be here all night, because once you do the petal fold, the whole thing is done like that, okay? So first thing I am going to do is I am going to cut my mesh. So I'm just going to put these little things away right this second, because we won't be using it till the end of our Christmas tree. So we'll just put this over here. Okay, so you want to cut your mesh. Like I said, you do get 2 rolls. We are going to cut our mesh. We need 66 petals, okay? 66. Now you get 360 inches on 1 roll of mesh. So you get 2, which is 720 inches of mesh, okay? And we're going to cut the mesh in 10-inch pieces, which gives you 72 pieces. We only need 66. So you can save those extra pieces or the little bit of extra mesh you have left over, and you can make ruffles to add to another Christmas design, or you can even, use it for whatever left over, okay? Now, I just used, I cut my mesh just with my cutting mat and my rotary cutter. Now, we do have in our store, if you don't have a cutting mat and you think you may want to make a few wreaths, we do have our small little pink cutting mats. Okay, they're 17 by 11, for like $10. You can get a cutting mat and a rotary cutter. We do sell them in our store. However, I got a big honking one because I wreath all the time. So I can literally cut 3 pieces of mesh at a time. And if you do have a cutting mat and a rotary cutter, you can also put both rolls of your mesh over top of each other and cut 2 pieces at a time. So that cuts down on time cutting your mesh. So you would roll the one out, roll the other one out, put it on top, bring this right to the edge, and I like to put, where'd it go? Okay, we'll just use the Measure Buddy. I like to put something on the edge here. So we're going to butt up our mesh right to the 0 here. And then we're going to make sure that the bottom of our mesh is going right along the row, so we can keep our mesh cuts straight, just like that, okay? And my cutting mat is 36 inches, so I can actually cut 3 at a time. So I'm going to cut at 30. I'm going to cut at 20. And I'm going to cut at 10. Now for this fold, we're just going to be doing the rolled petal. You don't have to wood burn your mesh. You can if you're if the little strings bother you and you got a bit of OCD. You can wood burn it, and I do have some tutorials on how to cut your mesh with wood burner, a rotary cutter, even how do you cut your mesh with just a piece of cardboard. I do have that on my YouTube channel. Okay, so you're going to cut 66 pieces. Now, like I said at the beginning, I already cut a lot of my mesh because I started it, so we're not going to be here for a long time. So again, 10-inch pieces. Okay? So I just take them and then I just keep piling them up as I'm cutting them. Alrighty, so once you have your 66 pieces, you're going to preload your board. And you may want to do this while you're sitting in your recliner. You can actually do your whole Christmas tree in your lap once you have your mesh cut. Because if you have a little cutting mat like I just showed, you can put that little cutting mat on your lap and do your petal rolls right on your lap while you're making your wreath. And I do it all the time. Oh, you get a pipe cleaner for your ribbon, your bow too. Okay, so you are going to preload your board. And preloading means there are sets of holes on all of our boards. All of our Unique and Creek boards work with sets of holes. And you'll see this is one set. You can see different lines in between each of the sets. And those two holes belong together. Okay? So you're going to go down one hole. Now when you are using your zip ties, you'll notice that there's a flat part of the zip tie head and more of a concave part. When you're doing your zip tie, you always want to put the tail of the zip tie into the flat part of your zip tie, and that will, you'll hear that zipping sound and it will lock it. Okay, you always want to make sure your zip tie flat part of your head is facing the tail of your zip tie. So when you're loading your board, I load that the flat part of my head of the zip tie is facing in between the two holes. So when I go down one hole and back up the other, my flat part is facing the tail, and you're just gonna zip it till you hear that zipping sound and it will lock. Okay, again. Down one hole and up the other. So it'll take you about 10 minutes to preload this triangle board to make your Christmas tree. And like I said again, sit in your recliner or your comfy chair, put your Netflix on or your favorite show and preload your whole board. You're going to preload all the rows. So row 12, okay, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. They are all numbered on the board. Now for this certain design, it doesn't really matter the numbers. Sorry, that was Dave. Right now, because we're, like I said, we're going to be doing the same petal fold throughout the whole Christmas tree. Now, because it's a whimsical Christmas tree, I wanted to make it really fun. Okay, so I am going to add pieces of ribbon to my Christmas tree because the ribbon matches the sign so perfectly, and it'll give that pop of red to our Christmas tree that we need. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to need, like I said, 66 10-inch pieces of the green mesh. I'm also going to do 18. Now you do not have to do this. You can keep your Christmas tree plain, but I'm going to add pieces of ribbon in with my mesh. And you can do this for any of the Christmas trees, okay, if you want to add a little bit of sparkle or whatever. You'll notice if you check out the traditional tree that I already posted on our YouTube channel, I just kept that simple because it is a simple, traditional is simple, right? We just want it really pretty and everything. Whimsical is fun, so you can add whatever you want to it, make it crazy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add 9-inch pieces. Now, I'm going to use my Measure Buddy, or you can use your cutting mat or a ruler to cut your ribbon. Whatever you use to cut your ribbon, you're going to need 18 pieces, okay? So what I'm going to do is we're going to make 9-inch ribbon tails. So you can go around, take your Measure Buddy, okay? This Measure Buddy closed is 8 inches. I'm just going to click it once to the 9-inch, okay? And what you're going to do is wrap around. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, okay? And then you'll cut it off. And then you're going to slide your scissors through the end and cut off this end. And then slide your scissors and cut off this end. Okay, and if you're going to do your tree like me, you need 18 of those. Now, I've already cut mine, so the rest of this is for my nice whimsical bow. Okay. And what we're also going to use is the insert of your mesh. This is an awesome tool to make sure that each petal that you do for your Christmas tree is going to be the exact same size. So I'm going to demonstrate on the bottom row, and the way I'm doing my ribbon tails is I'm doing row 12. I'm going to put ribbon tails on row 12, but I'm only going to put them in every other one. So I'm going to put one here. I'm not going to put a ribbon tail. I'm going to put one here, no ribbon tail. Okay, so I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. Now, we're going to pay close attention to how I'm going to be folding this, because the whole wreath is made like this, okay? Jenny, we have thousands of kits, honey. You're probably going to get one. So what you're going to do is you have your 10-inch piece in front of you in a square. You're going to turn it into a diamond shape. Now, this is really important, especially because we are using a border stripe mesh, okay? Make sure your finished edge or your factory edge, which is this edge and this edge. So you can see here, that's where I've cut, okay? So I call this the finished edge. I always, no matter what kind of flower, tree, whatever I'm doing, I always make sure that my finished edge is on my top left, okay? My tattoo is my right. So if you're looking at it a different way, my tattoo is my right. So the bottom right is the finished edge, the top left. This is really important, okay? And it's a really good habit to get into, especially if you're going to do like flower wreaths in a lot of these trees and stuff, because it makes the metallic stripes in the mesh go all the same way. Alrighty? So we got our square. We're doing it curl up. Curl up means if I let go of this, it's curling up. Pretty explanatory, right? So I'm using this curl up, diamond shape, finished edge, top left. You are going to take the insert of your Deco mesh roll, and you're going to put it down at the bottom corner here, okay? So I'm just putting this corner right over my roll, and then I'm going to roll it right up to the top corner. So you can see there's that corner, bottom corner, and it just the top corner just goes right over top, okay? I'm going to slide this cardboard tube out. I'm still holding the middle here. You don't want to let it go because you're going to have to roll it again. Then I give it a little tug on the right, a little tug on the left, just like that. Put it on the table, and then you're going to flip your mesh up, just like that. And then you can see that the metallic stripes are going the same way, okay? And if you keep your mesh the way I told you to roll it, all the metallic will go the same way. And I'll do this quite a few times before we finish. And for this, I'm just going to put a little clothespin on it, because I am going to take a piece, one piece of that 9-inch ribbon that you cut, okay? And you're going to dovetail one end, just one end. So dovetailing means you're going to fold your ribbon in half lengthwise like that. And then from the folded part, so fold it in half, and where it's folded, you're going to go about 1 inch. Now, this is just being precise, and you don't have to be precise. I'm putting my thumb at 1 inch. And then at the folded edge to the top corner, I'm going to cut. And this is going to give me a nice V shape in my ribbon, okay? And what I'm going to do with this ribbon, And again, you do not have to do this. You can keep your tree all the green, lime green. I'm going to take that ribbon piece, I'm going to put it right on top and just fold it over. Just like that. So it is in the middle of the two pieces of green here. Okay? Everybody following me? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this end, and I call this the nub. I just had to make up names for things because I like technically the first one to do stuff like this. So I give them names so when people have, you know, questions, they know what to ask. You're going to put the nub in the bottom corner about a 1/2 inch in. Okay? Just about a 1/2 inch, and my fingertip is about a 1/2 inch. And then you're going to do your zip tie around it. Now, with the edge pieces, the edge, only the edge, the side pieces here, you're not going to put your mesh in straight up and down. You are going to angle it. You're going to angle just the edge pieces to the angle of the board. So that is it, straight up and down. But you can see that little bit of a corner, right? You're going to angle it, and every edge piece is going to be angled like this. And then you're going to zip tie around it. Okay? Pretty easy. Now we're going to go to the next piece, the next one. Again, curl up, square in front. We're going to turn it into a diamond. Get your roll, put it at the bottom corner, and you're going to roll from the bottom corner to the top corner, just like this. Okay, you're going to slide it off. Don't let go, just give it a little tug, and it stretches it out. And I didn't wood burn this, so we'll trim all these little frays off, you know, when our tree is done. Put it on your table, flip it up. And what we're doing when we flip it up is we're making sure both sides are approximately the same length, okay? And if it's not, say if you flip it and one is down here and the other one's up here, to adjust it, you're just gonna move where the nub is. Just adjust it until they're both the same length, okay? And then again, you're going to the next one. You're just gonna put it in about a 1/2 inch and do your zip tie around. Okay? And then this one, I am putting a ribbon tail in again. Curl up. Now you're not diamond shape, but look, you can see that the cut edge is on my top left. We don't want that. Hi, Ashley Flores! We want our factory edge to the left, okay? Because we want these metallic stripes again. We want them all going the same way. And it's a very good habit to get into, because once you get into the habit, it's a no-brainer. Because a lot of our flowers need to be folded like that. Okay? Again, slide this out. Give it a little tug, not letting go. Put it on your table. Flip it up, making sure both sides are the same. Now for this one, I'm going to put a clothespin on it. Get my ribbon tail, just wrap it around the top so it's down in the middle, and go right in with your zip tie. And then once you do the first and second one, you don't have to really measure like with your finger and everything. You could just eyeball that each of them are in the zip tie approximately the same length, okay? And pull this down. This is something that pretty much any beginner can do, even Ashley Flores. Again, and then we're going to keep rolling, pulling, tug, tug, flip, same length, stick it in, pull the zip tie. Okay, and you just keep that pattern going all the way along. Once you are done this row, you're going to come in and you're going to cut your zip tie tails off the row, okay? So you get this little wire nipper, and what's nice about these, you go right down to the head of the zip tie and snip. Snip. So you can also use them to pull a little bit tighter and snip. Well, this one's not very good. There we go. Pull and snip. Okay, so you would do that for your whole row. Okay. Once you're done that row, for this next row, row 11, I will be only doing just green, no ribbon. Now you can add ribbon if you want. You can add ribbon to the opposite, but I didn't want to put too much ribbon in, okay? Because I want to make a nice, big, whimsical bow, and I didn't want to use all my ribbons for tails. So what I'm doing is row 12, I'm doing ribbon tails. Row 11 is just mesh. Row 10, I'm doing, did I do ribbon tails? Hold on. Yeah, row 10. So it's every other row I did ribbon tails in every other one, okay? All the way up. So ribbon tails, just mesh, ribbon tails, just mesh, ribbon tails, just mesh, okay? Again, put it on your roll, roll it, and this just ensures that each petal is going to be the exact same. Flip it, and I like, when I flip it, I like to have the closed side facing the top, so when you roll it, you're going to get like a cone type formation with your mesh. So you can see how it's open here. I like to have my petal with it closed here because we want to see that tinsel and that metallic, right? We want to see that. That's where what we paid the money for. So you're going to flip it, make sure it's same thing. And again, this is an outside edge one. You're not going to put it straight in. So that would be straight in just like that. Sorry, I'm trying to get it. There we go. You're going to angle the outside one. So just give it a little angle. Again, 1/2 inch and pull. Okay. This whole row will be just mesh. Now you can pre-make your petals and throw it into I usually have like a laundry bin or a Rubbermaid container, and I will sit upstairs watching my shows. Once I have all my mesh cut, I will sit and pre-make my petals. And how you can do that is at the dollar store. There are little tiny rubber bands. They're clear rubber bands. Okay? You get about 500 of them for $1.25 now. And I use these often that I can, because once you make all your petals, it's literally whipping them in. Okay? So to pre-make your petals, you're going to do exact same thing. Curl up, factory edge to the left, bottom corner, and roll on your cardboard tube. Okay? And your corner, the top corner should pretty much match your bottom corner because you can see your bottom corner through the mesh. Okay? Pull it out, hold on to it, tug, tug, flip it. And then what you can do is take one of these little rubber bands, okay, and just go around it like that and toss it into your laundry basket. Okay, and then when you're done all your petals, you just stick the nub right into the zip tie. Bam, 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 bam. It goes super fast. And then once you're done that row, you go along and you cut your mesh. Okay, and you just keep going row by row. And as you go row by row, it's going to start layering on each other and filling up to a really full Christmas tree, and you won't see any of the board. And like I said, I have started one because it take about an hour by the time you roll it and stick them all in. It takes about an hour time, depending how into your movie or whatever you are, and if you're paying attention. Okay, so I'm going to show you. I don't have it all complete, but you'll be able to see the gist of it. Here we go. So you can see I don't have a ton of ribbon in here, just enough to give it a fun look and give it some of that glitter in our tree that's in our sign, right? And then we're gonna have this big spray going over top, a big fun bow, and of course, the gorgeous sign, right? This is a fun wreath. So I went all the way up to row 5. So I did go every other. No, it looks like I went every third. No, I went every other. I just changed it up. So instead of all the outside, I went outside. Then the next row I started the inside and then went to the outside. So you can, I'm sorry guys, let me grab a drink. You can do yours however you want. Just make sure you save enough of your ribbon at the for the end that you can make a nice big bow for the top of your tree. Okay, so I went all the way up to row 5. I'm on row 4, so I will be putting ribbon in row 4. Okay. So I have my petals pre-made here, all ready to go. Okay. I'm going to make sure I like to put in the flat, not the oval, because I want to see that tinsel. The more sparkle, the better. Put it in the middle. Again, you're angling your outside row and do your zip tie around. Oh yeah, I'm okay. I've been talking, well, you guys all know I went to Pinners in Texas. So I've been talking for days on end straight. So I am getting a little hoarse. Okay, going in. Again, just about a ½ inch. Don't go in too far. That makes your Christmas petals a little shorter. So you don't want to go in too far. Also, too, I wanted to mention a lot of the stores, even the dollar store, but particularly Hobby Lobby, they have a whole aisle of little ornaments, you know, for the little Christmas trees that people put out. Well, they've come out with so many different ornaments and stuff to adorn those little Christmas trees. Those are perfect if you want to decorate your tree. With like little ornaments or little balls. Even this one, I could even glue little, I think if I glued little white pom-poms on the ends of the petal, or really small, you know, snowball things, I think that would have looked really cute. I don't have any right now, but I think it would look adorable. So you can decorate your Christmas tree however you want. I'm using the ribbon because I have it right here with me, right? So. All right, so, and you can see how it's layered, and then if I flip it sideways, how thick it is. So when you do angle your outside pieces, not only does it cover the board, it gives it that nice Christmas tree look as well, right? So it's not straight, it's kind of flaring out and stuff, and that's what we want. All right, I'm going to cut this. So I like to pull it a little bit. If you don't squeeze really hard, you can use your nippers like as a needle nose pliers and pull and snip. pull, and snip. All right, now we move on to the next row, which I just have mesh. Again, you still want to angle it. And making sure that your tinsel is showing. So I am on row 3 right now. So I did all this while I was watching The Crown. I started binge watching The Crown on Netflix. Didn't think I would like it because I'm not one for like the monarchy and stuff, but oh my gosh, it's so good. Okay, we got that row done. The Christmas trees are really easy. And friends, you can, when you're finished this, the kit is $42 American. When you're finished this, and if you wanted to sell it, you could sell it for almost $100 easy, no problem. So just keep that in mind. Now, we come out with a whole bunch of kits because we know that the supply source right now is really, really horrible. So with the kits, you don't have to worry about it because I did everything for you. So you don't have to run around, you know, trying to find the mesh and the ribbons and all that stuff. Plus, I show you exactly how to make it, and you'll see in the end what it looks like and if you want to make one too. But you can see, hopefully you can see all the stripes of the metallic and tinsel. They're all going the same way. And that's what you want. That's making sure that your finished edge is on the top left and bottom right. Okay. Now up here, before I put my mesh on, I'm going to zip tie my fun Christmas tree topper spray. Okay. Ugh. So you get this awesome, to make it nice and whimsical. I have a whimsical tree here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it down. It's got a big long stem. Don't throw this away because there's a lot of times we're looking for some kind of stem to use in one of our projects, and these are really, really good. I'm just going to cut it down just like that. Okay, there's my stick. And I am going to zip tie it on row 2. Let me zoom down. Row 2, you'll see the number 2. I'm going to go down and back up where the number 2 is. Okay, even though there's zip ties already in there, we do call these shared holes. I'm going to do this up, and I'm also going to do it up. I'll do another one on row 1 in between the 2 zip ties here. And we are going to zip tie the spray right to the board. Okay, so we'll put these out of the way. So the spray, I don't know if there's a wrong side or a right side. I don't think there is, because they are wired so that you can move them around. But there's sequins, there's balls, there's these whimsical sticks. What we're going to do is just put it right down the center here. Actually, I probably should have. Right. That's good. Just like that. I'm going to zip tie that one and then zip tie that one. Okay? And it is now zip tied to our board. So once we're done and I got all the mesh on, we can make our bow, and that will cover the base from here down. Okay, so that's pretty explanatory. Got it right going down the center. You can also add some hot glue. Just go over top. Just like that, let it drip over right onto the board over top of your thing, and that way it will stay centered, right? Just like that. You don't have to add the glue, but to make sure it stays in the center. Let me see. This is getting big. There it is, coming out the top. Up here. And then we're going to continue now with our tree. Now, I'm not going to put any ribbon tails up on row 2 or 1 because we're going to make a nice bow that's going to go here. So you're just going to waste ribbon tails. So that's all the tails we need. And I believe I said it was 18 of them. So again, you're still angling your mesh. Okay, as soon as this is dry, I am going to put another zip tie over right here so I can put another piece of mesh. And just let that glue dry for a little bit. Trees, the Christmas trees are really fun. And like I said, they may be time consuming, but they're huge. For one thing, they're absolutely gorgeous. You can hang them on a wall. So if you don't put up a Christmas tree, but you want to still have a little bit of Christmas spirit, you can decorate your own tree and put it up on a wall or above your fireplace, of course on your door, wherever. You know, you can get the little decorations and decorate it. So I'm just going over with another zip tie, and I am putting a piece of mesh right here. We don't want any holes or spaces. Okay, I'm just going right over top, just like that. There we go. And once I finish this one, again, even though it's way at the top, we still want it angled. And last one. Now you do have extra mesh. You can put another one right in the center. However, we're going to be putting a big bow as well on our Christmas tree. Okay, so I'm done the actual construction of the tree. Let me clean up my mess here, and you guys, I'll be able to zoom out a little bit further so you guys can see. And then we're going to make a bow with our little bow maker. Now in the kit, all the kits, you will get a QR code on a card. If you just scan that, it'll take you right to the YouTube channel where all the wreath tutorials are. Okay. And we will be putting our sign on in a bit. Look how cute that is going to look. Right? I'll show you how we're going to add that on. So our tree, this is going to be a big tree because we got that big topper on there as well. Okay, so we're going to make our bow next. So far, without the topper, the tree is about 30 inches long and about 24 inches wide. So you got a nice size Christmas tree. Okay, now I'm just going to put this to the side because we're going to make our bow. So I want to make sure all our ribbon tails, and this is just a single ribbon tail. Like I said, I didn't want to overdo it. I just want little bits of red glitter that match the sign without overtaking the whole tree up. Okay. So you're going to get your little bow maker. Let me zoom down. And it will come in 2 pieces. You're just going to take this and pop it through the back, through the holes. And there's your little bow maker. Okay. We need your pipe cleaner. You're gonna need a zip tie and our ribbon. Now you can make your bow as big, as little, however, you want to make not an overpowering bow, but a bow fluffy enough to sustain that big, huge Christmas tree, because it is quite large. So you don't want to make a little teeny tiny bow. So we're going to do probably, hopefully I have enough ribbon. I'm hoping to do a 6 to 8 loop bow. Okay, what I like to do is I do it a little different because we're making a big puffy bow. I like to put my ribbon tails and make them first. So a lot of people, you'll see they'll do one ribbon or one tail of their bow and then do all their loops. And then the last thing is to do the tail over top. I like to do my tail when I'm making a big bow like this. Cutting it as a separate piece, okay? So the whole size of the bow maker is 8 inches. So from the pegs from the middle to the outside is 4 and 4. So you can measure the size you want of your tails by, that's 8 and that's 16. I think that's enough because the sign is pretty big. So I'm gonna do 16-inch tail for my bow. So where the 16 is, I'm going to slide it down, push it down, and I'm going to cut this side so it's 16 inches on both sides. Okay, pretty easy. Now you're going to take your ribbon. I don't know if I'm going to have enough to do what I exactly wanted. Now you're going to take your ribbon. You're going to have your ribbon, the bad side facing up towards you. Only if you're doing it like this. Okay, and push it down so you have the bad side facing up. Okay? Give yourself a lot of slack on your ribbon, which means like pull it out. And then you're going to come and loop it. And I twisted it too much. Here, hold on. Okay, and I'm going to do about a 4.5 inch loop. The bow maker, like I said, from the peg to the end is 4 inches. So I'm just going to do it just a little past the end of the bow maker. Okay, so you make your loop measured like that. Take the edge of your ribbon and you're going to slide it down between the 2 pegs. Okay, and then once you slide it down, you're going to do a half twist towards you. And that's going to bring out the bad side of the ribbon. Okay, so there is my 4.5 inch loop. You can adjust it just by pulling it. Okay, and again, you do that half twist so the bad side is facing up, because you're going to go around again, make that loop, slide it down the center of your 2 prongs, just like that, straight down. Now you're going to, on the right side, you're going to, I give half twist towards you and bring it down. Now this one's a little bit too long, so you just give it a little pull. Just like that. So it's about 4.5. Now if you have the full-size bow maker, you definitely can use that one. But there's a lot of people that don't have it, and I am not very good at hand bows, so I don't expect anybody else to be very good at hand bows. So again, we have our bad side up. I'm going to take my ribbon, put it down the center of my pegs, Take the left side now, give it just a little half twist so the bad side faces up. Adjust it so your loop's about a 4.5 and push it down. Okay, again, on the left side, your bad side is facing up. Straight down, half twist on my right. Remember, my tattoo is my right hand. It's a little long. You can adjust it by just pulling. And you're always making sure that the bad side is facing up when you're going to do your loops. Take this right off. Now you guys will have more ribbon on here than I have on here that I've shown because I was playing around with different things. So I used up probably a good yard of the ribbon. So straight down, half twist, about 4.5 inches. So we got 3 loops. Straight down, half twist towards me, and we got 3 loops on this side. And I guess I'm only going to get 4 loops on each side. You guys, with the whole roll of ribbon, if you don't use tails, you can make your bow as big as you want. If you're using tails, you'll probably get, like I said, 6 or 7 loops on each side. Okay, so I'm going to flip this over. Now, this is my last loop because I ran out of ribbon. So I don't have to do any twist, right? Because we want the good side facing up. So we got a 4-looped bow here. Like I said, keep going and make your bow as big as you want. Now, this is a large Christmas tree. So you do want probably a bigger bow than this one, but it is what it is. Okay, so once you're happy with your bow, and it's not bad, I got 4 on each side, you're going to take your zip tie, place it on your table with the flat side of the zip tie, flat side, facing upwards towards the ceiling. Carefully slide the whole. Here, I'll do it. So I'll do it upside down because that's how good I am. No, I am not a very good bow maker. I am getting better. Take the whole thing off your bow maker and place the whole thing onto your zip tie. And then bring the zip tie around the center till it hits the ribbon. Don't do it up tight yet. And then you're going to take the head of your zip tie, hold your bow, bring the head to the back of the bow, okay, like that. And then you're going to take your pipe cleaner and you're going to slide it in behind your bow, your zip tie, okay. Now I've been using gray pipe cleaners lately because the gray matches the board and you don't see it on the back of the board. So that's why I've been using gray lately. So once you have your pipe cleaner in behind your zip tie, then you can pull your zip tie nice and tight and then snip off. Oops, this must be old. Snip off the tail of your zip tie, okay? And then when you flip it over, I'm going to cut this little bit off. It's close to the zip tie so you don't see it. And then I'm going to dovetail my ends. So again, dovetailing, fold it horizontally or long ways in half. And if you want to make sure your V is the exact same, you can measure it out. So put the end of your ribbon on one of the lines and put your thumb at the 1 inch increment. And you're going to cut from the folded side to the corner. So when you open it up, you have this beautiful V shape. And we'll do the same. So we measured it, so this side will be the exact same. Put it on the line, put your thumb on the 1 inch, cut from the folded edge to the outside corner, and we have our nice dovetailed ends. Okay, now we're going to put our bow on. So now you're done with your bow maker. Take the thing out. Like I said, it's a really, really cute little bow maker. It has all kinds of recipes inside the instruction book with all kinds of fun bows that you can make for hair and everything. I just love this little bow maker because it's very lightweight and you can take it with you if you're crafting or whatever on the go. All right, so we can start opening our loops. Usually I do this right on the board, but I'll just open them right now. Again, try to get like 6 to 8 loops if you can for this size Christmas tree. I have a whole yard I was playing with, so. All right, we are going to take our Christmas tree now. I'll zoom out. And where you're going to put your bow, you are going to put the pipe cleaners on row 1 in between the 2 pieces of mesh here. So where we've zip tied the big spray, so there's those zip ties there, that's where I'm going to put 1 pipe cleaner down the hole, and then the other pipe cleaner down the other hole, and we're going to pull it till it hits the board. I'm going to flip it over so you can see how nice and neat the back is, right? Just looks like stitching. So nothing on the back to scratch your door, and it's nice and neat. And all my friends that know and followed me know that if you're selling this, even if you're not selling it, and perhaps you may want to make a few dollars for Christmas, stick a business card, put a sticker, put something on the back that will be the person that you gifted it to or you sold it to will know where they bought the wreath from. If, say, their friends come over and they're like, oh my God, that Christmas tree's gorgeous. Where did you get it? The person can just flip their wreath over and there's your information. That is especially important if you're doing craft shows. Because you know, if you go to a craft show, you never know where you bought it. You just say, I bought it at a craft show. I don't know what booth it was, right? Okay, we're going to give our pipe cleaner a couple twists. And then you're going to cut off the excess pipe cleaner like that. And you're going to put the end of the pipe cleaner down below. Now, I did mark a little X, and I suggest you guys do the same. If you can see, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. This is row 4, the middle of row 4. This is where I'm going to put the string of my sign. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's 3 zip ties there. What I'm going to do is put a zip tie right there, right now. So if you can fit it through like that, and then go down like that. Okay. We're going to flip this over, and we're going to just pull these pieces of mesh back. Okay, and there's our zip tie right there. What you're going to do is take the string of your sign. Actually, I'm going to take these stickers off. We don't like the yucky stickers. I'm going to take the string of your zip tie. Now, you do get a cable mount in your kit. You can put a cable mount on the back and then try and pipe cleaner it to your board, this is much easier. Just take the string, pull your, like I said, pull your petals back, or you can even put the sign on row 4 in the middle before you do row 3, 2, and 1, and you're going to go zip tie that string into your tree, just like that, and bring it down, and you don't have to pull it really tight, but and then cut that off, and then push your petals back down. So these ones we can put underneath if we want, these 2 center ones. We have a few, so it's really easy. And then once it's standing up, it will hang. Let's see. It will hang on your tree. So it's zip tied. Now, after you've got everything done, you can put a little bit of glue on the back of your sign and glue it to your mesh if you want to make sure it doesn't move, or you can just leave it hanging like that, okay? And then you want to move your petals around, okay? And then you're going to fluff your bow. Again, your bow should be a lot bigger than mine, but even 4 loops still worked. And then I'm going to curl, and to curl your tail, you're going to take the end of your ribbon and kind of just roll it loosely. All right, just like that, and then pull the corner. And that gives it a nice little curl. I'll do the same. Now there's many ways I have done, like I said, Christmas trees on my YouTube channel. And I've done different ways of the bows and stuff, so you can have a look. Because you, like I said, you do not have to do it this way. I just give you all the supplies. And for beginners, they probably will want to follow it. But this is so stinking cute, right? Can have it coming over the sign. Make my bow fluffed. Again, you want a nice big bow. And then your spray, it is wired, so you can bend your spray. You don't want to bend it too much to make it look like fireworks or something at the top here. And it's got the little balls. Definitely belongs in, what's the village called? Who land or who something? Whoville. Whoville. It definitely belongs in Whoville. I knew it would get it. So yeah, just spread out your spray so it's not straight or anything. And you got the sides going on. Get some red over here. And it's got the little glitter sticks. This is stinking adorable. Like I vision things when I buy stuff for kits. I have to buy them like almost way past a year in advance, okay? So I can only envision what it'll look like. And I think this one, I knocked it out of the park. This one is fabulous. Alrighty, and we're going to put a hanger on it now. Just a zip tie. You can also, usually what I'll go around and trim off some strings that are hanging out when I'm taking a picture on my door. And I'll fix the thing. I'm never very good at tails. Okay, so I'll scan down the whole wreath so you can see from the top to bottom. Oh, we have to do the hanger. Hold on. Okay. Now you probably want to do this beforehand, but you can take, I usually do it at the top, but this is a kind of a heavy wreath. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. Right in row 3, I'm going to go down the one hole and back up the other. And you just feel it, like do your zip tie up till you hear a few clicks. Cut the zip tie tail off. And you now have a hanger for your Whoville wreath. Okay. So there's the top. Let's fix that bow. And then I'll scan it downwards. This is so cute. I think this has got to be one of my favorite Christmas trees until I do the other ones. All right. And then you got the green tinsel mesh. We got all this red glitter. We got our Stink, Stank, Stunk. Pull out your ribbon tails so they're nice. And there you go. You have a really fun Whoville whimsical tree. Not bad, eh? Not bad. So again, cut your mesh, get all your mesh cut, throw your mesh into a grocery bag, and then get yourself comfy. You can use a cutting board, a cutting mat from the dollar store that you chop vegetables or whatever, and roll your petals. Grab some of those elastic bands and just chuck them into a laundry basket. That's what I do. Preload your board and then just go row by row. It goes really fast. You do not have to do this all in one sitting. Obviously, you can leave it, come back like a week or 2 later and still know where you left off. And yeah, that's it. A really cute, I really like this. Actually, I think I might just have the ribbon tails go down like this. Alrighty, so that is the whimsical tree. So